This is just a quick recording. It goes into a few things. You might have noticed today in Minnesota, there was a lot of protests regarding ICE, people in the streets protesting, in like they're making a stand against ICE. Like they want ICE out of Minnesota, and it appears like it would be the best thing for the city. Which it doesn't really matter which side you're on of it. But the biggest thing is you will get all these people to protest for ICE to do the best thing for the city. However, one of the biggest things coming out of Minnesota is all the fraud that is taking place, and people aren't in the streets protesting regarding that. That just shows that most of these people are most likely paid for. Some of these people just don't have nothing to do today. It's Saturday. Yeah, something to do. I'll go to the protest and see what's going on. Uh, and some of the people, I mean, some of these people, I think they probably really do mean well on it. But I just see a bunch of pawns, people making money, and some people that just didn't have nothing to do. Because there is a lot of fraud going on, not just in Minnesota, but throughout the United States. It's been going on for a long, long time. Under Doge, this was brought to our attention, and it's something that needs to be looked into very well. And to me, it's one of the biggest things that American citizens, especially the ones that pay taxes and don't get money back. As you can see, the signs that say "No Racism," those were printed up. So there's some money behind this, printing up all those flyers. This could just be one big distraction. And that just brings into one of the big things I just want to talk about today. Okay, yeah, this brings us to the topic where called nonprofit fraud across America. There's millions and billions of dollars that's been stolen from the American taxpayer. Our government officials know about it. I believe they let it happen because they get kickbacks in some of this money. Okay, so basically, like the nonprofit's job is supposed to give assistance to people, and it's supposed to be not for profit. Like they're not like a big corporation. The people that work on them supposed to take modest pay. They're not supposed to be making $1 million a year, $400,000 a year, but that's what they do. They say they're nonprofit, but a lot of the executives and administration workers that work for nonprofits, they take a lot of money. Their job is supposed to be like sort of like the churches. They help give people housing, help people with personal issues that may happen. If they have food insecurity, then they help people with that. Like cases in Minnesota, they found out that there were a lot of fraud in food meal programs, healthcare, transportation programs. There was a lot of fraud. Child daycares. There's a lot of frauds with that, and very few people have been prosecuted about it. But this has been going on for years. The news is focusing mostly on the Somalis, but I believe this is bigger than the Somalians. Goes all the way up through the levels of government, all the way up to Mr. Tim Walz itself and Ilhan Omar. It's a very, very big fraud that's being talked about, but it's just not the Somalians. It's just another example of waste of taxpayer money in America. There are similar waste and fraud going on in California. The homeless fraud through nonprofits is the biggest ones. Here listed are just a couple of schemes that was televised by it, and people like they got a fake food bank, and instead of for helping people that need food, they're using the money to buy themselves Teslas and mansions in California. For the people that live in California, you will see people living in big houses, and I always wondered how they get that big house. The taxpayers paid that house for them. Also, they found that there was a wire fraud scheme in Texas, Ohio. Ohio has some of the same problems that is going on in Minnesota, and there's a lot of fraud that's targeting seniors. In Maine, they have fake Medicaid bills where Medicaid was getting paid billed for services was not done, or and instead of for helping the seniors and people that's on Medicaid, it was just going into people's pocket. Same thing in Georgia. There were some schemes that were found. Florida had a large theft of money stolen that was supposed to go to disabled children. That was discovered that a nonprofit that was supposed to be helping disabled children did not help them as well. So you hear all these cases of all this fraud. That's why when they first brought up Doge, I thought it was a great idea. Unfortunately, I hope Doge is still working behind the scenes, but it looked like it was mostly just a PR stunt. So as people in our government that do know that this is going on, people are submitting fake records, money laundering, using nonprofit just to launder money. As you probably easily see if you were to type in YouTube, they were saying a lot of the money that Somalis would get were sent back to Somalia. Also, some of the money went to campaign donations as well. Why does this happen? You have, not enough inspectors, too many programs, and it's easy to hide. And this is where the politicians come in. They make sure that the people that's supposed to be watching this, either one, there's not enough of them, or two, they're underqualified to do the job. As we see that politicians do hire a lot of people that's unqualified. Example, New York, the person that's ahead of the fire department, the top fire chief has never worked in putting out fires. That is, I would say that is not a good thing. But they do it on purpose because most of the time the politicians are getting kickbacks. Some of the biggest frauds is in nonprofits, and it's something that really needs to be looked at too. So the only thing we really can do is just pay attention to it and try to vote the politician out. Even though, oh man, I'm coughing. Even though I would say in California, sometimes I question even if our voting is real, if they just have the system rigged to who's going to win on the voting. But we'll see what happens. So just pay attention in your local elections. Get your mayors out if they're not doing anything good. Such as if I was in Minnesota, every politician, governor, mayor would not be reelected. I would vote for the other person based off this fraud. And we're back here just looking at some of the images here of people protesting. Look like the protests has kind of died down in this area. But it's just to end on this. I mean, well, no, it hasn't. Still people out there. You have all these people out here for this, but they're just protesting. I wouldn't say necessarily the road thing, but this is something that should be outside the neighbor's house. And all of this is organized. This is controlled. This is not a real protest. But if people really wanted to protest, the two biggest thing we should be protesting is inflation and government waste. I'll do another video on that, but inflation and government waste is the biggest threat to the American worker, the person that gets up every day and goes to work and doesn't take any government assistance. Thank you.